So we're going to start in a bit. Our guest is here. Thanks for everyone that is just joining us. Today we are talking about the waiting season.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. How are you doing? Can you hear
Very well.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, nice to see you after a long time. I've been seeing you Sha online, but nice to see you on this live.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. How's your weekend going? How's your Friday nights? How has it been going so far?
This my Friday. All my has been on this. Once I
Oh,
hit this job, and my weekend fully begins.
wow. Wow, that's nice. You look amazing, by the way. Some people are hailing
Thank
you in the
you.
comments. Some people are hailing you in the comment
Hello.
section. The phenomenal.
Hello.
So just
Thank
before we start, just tell us briefly, like, who is Nkem? Who are you? For those who don't know you.
Well, those who know me, my name is Nkem. Ezedunor. I'm from Delta State. I'm a lawyer.
Oh,
I'm also I was on the head of this agency. Yeah. I'm very fun. I'm very
mhm.
loving. I'm a Jesus girl, in case you didn't know
Hey,
that.
go Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just a very easygoing person, to be honest. Like, what you see pretty much is what you get, obviously. But I mean, if you're in my inner caucus, then you really get to see, like, okay, maybe like a
You
different
see
perspective.
Kakus.
Yeah,
Kakus. Oh my God.
but then there's caucus on the other side.
Oh, I love the energy. I love the energy. I didn't know you were from Delta State. I'm just finding out today, man.
Hmm.
I always thought you were Igbo, Walai. Maybe because of the
I'm
name. Just you're Delta Igbo. Oh, lovely, lovely. So yeah, before we go to the topic of the day, we'll play a little game.
okay.
It's called Top Three, 5 questions. 5 questions, top three. So, are you ready for us? We'll make it quick here. So, number one question is, what are your three favorite hobbies? What do you love to do?
First for was that
I can't hear you. Oh my God. I lost your audio.
can you hear me
I can't.
now?
Yes, I can now. I can. What's the first one?
Okay, I said the first thing would be shop for perfumes. I
Ooh,
really love
okay.
perfume.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a
so
rich girl hobby.
no, no, there as well. They're really
Yeah,
there's
oil
perfumes
perfumes. You can't be shopping for oil perfumes as a hobby.
well, well, of nice scents. I love that is the second one would be design. Love interior
You love what? What did
design,
you say? Oh my
designing.
God. Designing spaces. Did you say designing spaces?
Can
I don't know if it's
you hear
from my. Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you say
me?
designing spaces?
Yeah,
Wow.
connected from my wife. That should be better.
Okay, cool. Cool. Designing spaces. That's lovely. So you're like an interior decorator.
Yes. Well,
Wow.
yes. You're a designer.
Amazing. Amazing stuff. Never knew that.
The last one, you know.
I keep missing your audio. Sorry. What's the last one? Okay, it's the microphone. You could
Yeah.
disconnect the mic. It will make me miss your audio. You could disconnect the mic. I'm sure I'll hear you clearly. You need to hear everything Nkem says on this live because it's going to be amazing. I can assure you. Sorry
I
about
don't know
that.
why. Yeah, I don't know why it's connected because I've turned it off.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly now.
I hope
Perfectly.
so. I
Yeah.
really hope so.
What's the
Okay.
third hobby?
I said journaling. I like to journal. I like
Wow.
to write in my journal. Yeah.
Wow. That's nice. So
Yeah.
you write everything in your journal. You write everything.
Well, for the most part. For the most part. For the
If
most
I
part, especially when I'm really down, I think it's just easier to put my thoughts down.
if your
Yeah.
journal gets missing, you're finished.
I
Hey.
moved.
Oh my god. That would be crazy. Except you plan to release a book like Yvonne Nelson. You could release a book, yeah. Oh my god. Can your microphone allow me to hear you? I need to hear everything you say today.
I've disconnected from the
Cool.
mic. I don't know
Okay.
why.
All right. So let me try and see if I'll hear you now. So the next question is, what are your 3 favorite movies?
Everybody keeps saying they can't
Yeah,
hear
it
me.
keeps it
Everybody
keeps
keeps saying
um
they can't hear me.
it keeps
And I don't know
cutting.
what to do. I've tried, like I've turned it off. And I don't know like why it's
Does it
doing
keep
that.
coming on?
Yeah, I think so. But I've disconnected everything. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
I just
I
hope
can
it
hear you now.
doesn't come on again. I really hope it doesn't come on
Yeah.
again.
Sorry about that. So the next
Can you
question is
guys
what?
hear me now, please? If you can, please put it in the comment section so that I could know.
Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the. I can hear you though.
Okay. All right.
They say if your
Okay, they said if my
microphone.
microphone is on the surface. Okay. Okay, let me take it out. Let me take it out.
Thanks for that suggestion.
Okay. Hopefully that's better now. I hope.
Yeah. Welcome everyone joining us. So Nkem just told us our 3 favorite things to do. Number 1 is shopping for perfumes. Number 2 is designing spaces. And number 3 is journaling, which is very risky. Very risky hobby. But
Yeah.
yeah, the second question is, what are your 3 favorite movies right now?
I would say my 3 top movies are, the first one would be A Beautiful Mind. Yeah.
Okay.
The second one would be The Shinings. Yeah, I think it's a horror movie.
Ooh, you like horror?
Yeah, I love horror.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
The third one will be The Imitation Game. Yeah.
The
I think those are
Imitation Game. Is it
yeah, those are the
horror as
3.
well?
No, it's like it's based on a real life story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about one guy, some Alan Turing guy.
Okay.
You know, he went to University of Surrey. I went to University of Surrey. So
Oh,
he's like a
wow.
fixture in the middle of the school. Yeah, so I mean when I learned about him, so I went to watch the movie and I really liked it. It's based on a real life story. So you guys will like it too.
Interesting. That's nice. There's no movie about anyone in my uni. There's no
So
movie about anyone in my uni, but that's cool. That's nice. Number 3 question is, what are your top 3 principles or values?
first principle would be value would be I'm really big on integrity. Yeah.
Okay.
Really, I would say would be someone who is kind, or me being kind, conscious to the next person. I think that matters a lot
That's
to
amazing.
me. And I think that being able to forgive think
Wow, okay.
that also is something that is important to me. I don't know
That's
if
good.
they fit into your questions, but yeah.
It's not very easy to be forgiving, but that's an amazing principle and value to have. Yeah, so let's go to the next question. For those who are just joining us, we are playing one of our favorite games, 5 questions, top three, and we're on the fourth question right now. The fourth question is, what are your top three first date questions? When you just meet a guy, go out on a date, what are you going to ask him? First date.
Definitely not color. Definitely not that.
Sorry?
Definitely not what is your favorite color.
Oh.
I'm not gonna ask.
So what will you ask him?
I think the first question would be, I don't know, tell me fun facts about you, I guess.
Wow.
I think that would be a
That's
first
a good
question.
one.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But I think like things you like off the top of their head,
Yeah.
off the top of their head, maybe they, yeah. So that. Secondly, what else would I ask? If you could go back and change about yourself,
Ooh.
I think I would ask that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's
the
a good one.
third question, is it? I think so.
It is.
I always think about that.
I won't put you on. I
think
wanted to put you on the spot and say, what would you change about yourself if you could go back? Well, I won't do that to you. Would you
I could
tell me?
actually answer. I'll tell you.
Okay, tell me. I'd like to know.
I would be more daring. Yeah. If I could go
Okay.
more daring. I feel like I was very odd in my head, but I was very I cared what people thought or what people, yeah.
And that's limiting.
So
That could be limiting.
very, very. So
Wow.
Samira said it sounds like well, it's a nice fun interview.
Yeah, it
So yeah.
is. Well, that's nice.
What is thank you.
What's the third?
I don't really think of the third question to ask right now on the game.
Okay, cool. So, me, if I could go back in time, I'll probably be more audacious. Like, I'll be less laid back because there are sometimes like I could have, had a first class, but I just settled for a 2-1. I would like go for everything the best way I can. I think that's what I would like to change. And you guys in the comments, you can just tell me what will you change about yourself if you could, go back in time. Let's see. Dean, what will you change, bro? Let's see what some people would like to change. And
Never too late, okay? Like now I'm beginning to put myself out there, do things that I usually be scared to do or be nervous about. Just do it afraid. Like before,
yeah,
Ifem and I started this live, we were legit talking to ourselves and we're so nervous. And we're like, we're just going to do it afraid.
just do
You know?
it. Just do it. You got no choice, man. One life to live. So today we'll be talking about the waiting season. And the last question, I would like to know, what are 3 things you hate waiting for?
I had to say what was in my real mind.
Say it, please. I want your real mind, though. Don't whine us here. I want your real mind. Please, bring it on.
Well, I hate waiting for food. I hate waiting for my food.
Ooh. Okay. No patience. Food, when you go to a fancy restaurant, they will bring the knife, they will set up the plate, they will bring water. Where's the food? Where's the food? Don't whine me. Where's the food?
And Samira and Modi are legit saying, say what it is. And they know what it is. That
You get cranky. Do you get cranky? Wow.
Another thing, I don't like waiting for money. Like, I don't like money.
A lot.
I swear.
Then the
If I wait, oh dear,
oh
it's
Lord.
ridiculous.
I can imagine, like sometimes when you're waiting for like credit alerts, that's when MTN will send you message, DSTV will send you message. Guy, and I'll be checking my phone. Where's the money? And all these unnecessary messages are coming in. That's crazy, bro.
Yes.
That's crazy. What's the last one?
I don't like waiting. So bear in mind, and most of the time I'm always late. But I don't like waiting for my friends. Like if we say we're meeting at 5, I'll probably get there at 5:20. But if you get there at 5:25,
Can
I'll
you
start catching feelings.
imagine?
Like, bro, why are you late? So, yeah, I don't like waiting for people.
That's cool. So speaking on waiting, today, if you're just joining us, we'll be talking about the waiting season, and it's going to be an interesting topic. Hopefully, we can run through it in 45 minutes, and we'll just delve right into it. So, Nkem, what does the waiting season? What does it mean to you?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
What does the waiting season? What does it mean to you? How would you describe the waiting season?
Wait, the testing. That's what I think.
The
The waiting.
time.
Yeah, it would test you. It would try you. You would see yourself in different forms, different comments. Like there are times where you'd feel like, oh, I'm strong. Oh, I can do this. It's fine. You keep encouraging yourself, speaking the word. And then there are times when you're just flat out down, where you need other people to pick you up. You legit need other people to speak life into you and tell you, don't worry, girl, it's going to be bright tomorrow. But that's for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Yeah. So that season means to me. It's a trying time that you have to build yourself up, talk to yourself, build yourself up, especially because when you build yourself up in the word, that's the only true encouragement, so that's what the waiting season is. What does it mean to you?
Wow. The waiting season. Wow, crazy. I didn't know you're gonna throw that back at me. But yeah. The waiting season is like a period where basically what I do in my waiting season is I try to prepare. I try to prepare myself and also have a strong mentality. And what I try to do is that I look at the positives. I try to, look at what I have as opposed to what I don't have, because I get to appreciate life more. Because it's difficult, like you said, it's a season where it's difficult to wait, and there's a lot of pressure, and especially now in our day and age with social media. So even though you could be, waiting for finances, waiting for marriage, waiting for children, waiting for a job, waiting for a visa, but then you now experience that wait while watching every other person's life. So you could be seeing wedding pictures or baby announcements and all of that. So I would like to ask you, I would like to shoot you back and say, how do you handle society's pressure while waiting on something? How do you handle pressure? Because you're going to see a post about what you're waiting for. You're going to see a movie like African Magic. Like while I was waiting to have a child, African Magic must act about a couple that does not have a child, or act about a lady that is finding it deep. So, like, you see your situation everywhere. So, how do you handle pressure of society, family, friends, and all of that?
I think naturally, as humans, we, like you just said, you see it maybe on social media, you see it watching TV or stuff like that. And the whole point of seeing those things sometimes is to encourage you. There are people who it just happens naturally for you. They didn't have to go through any waiting season. But there are also people who did go through the waiting season and now it has happened for them. So you looking at it through their life is like a thing of encouragement, you know, like to encourage you. But most of the times it's easier, I don't know, it's easier said than done. Like say, for example, you were waiting to have a child and thankfully God has blessed you with a child. You know, the next person who is going to go through it, it's easier for you to encourage the person. But your encouragement doesn't necessarily, it makes them feel better, but it doesn't totally eliminate their own feelings or how their experiences. Maybe they may feel better, but maybe when they go back to their homes, it's back to how they felt this whole time. Do you understand what I mean? So it's the person wearing the shoe that knows where he is pinching them. No matter how many people have gone through that experience, your experience is personal to you. Your experience tailored, you know, so you're the only one that knows how you can encourage yourself.
Very true.
I would be lying. In fact, I have a true life testimony or story. It's not even a testimony. It's like a
story. Gist us.
So sometime back, I remember we had about doing this topic.
Yeah.
But you had gone on break. I was doing program talks as well.
Yeah.
So I decided to talk about thriving in a season. That was my topic. Thriving in your wilderness season. I remember on that day, I remember trying to encourage people, you know, telling them that while you're waiting, you can do other things, learn other hobbies, and then just keep declaring the word of God concerning that situation. You know, don't dwell there. Just find light even in your negativity. During that, I was waiting for a job. Yeah, I wanted to change job. So the most done, so that my job changed. Like if there were six.
It's breaking. I can hear you, but it's breaking. I don't know if maybe you're too far from your microphone or if you need to come closer.
No, I'm quite close.
Okay, I can hear you clearly now. But it was breaking for a bit. So I know you were waiting for a job to come. I didn't hear the other bit.
Okay, so I was waiting for a job, and then I had gone through the motions. So I had done the whole test, written the exams, anything you can think of when it comes to applying for a job. And I remember saying to myself that if I just could get through to the interview stage, I've gotten this job. Because for me, that was the hardest. The previous steps were the hardest. The interview stage, I felt like I would ace it. Yeah. And then I get to the interview stage, and maybe fairly, you know. Long story short, I didn't get the job. And prior to when I didn't know I wasn't going to get this job. I started shopping. I bought new work clothes.
Wow.
New work.
Oh my God.
This is me proving to God that I trust you. You're going to give me this thing, you know. And I didn't get the job.
Wow.
So you can imagine me encouraging people, telling people on Instagram that like thrive in your wilderness season, thrive in your waiting season. Then I went into just after that talk.
Hey, the devil will always test you for sure. For sure.
I was depressed. I just stopped doing everything to give me encouragement.
I can. Okay, you're breaking again. God, please, I need Nkem's audio to be lit. Sorry.
I'll reconnect back.
All right, cool.
Wait, I'll reconnect back to this live. Let me just
All
check
right.
it out.
All right. Cool. Cool. So she's talking on while she was saying, waiting on a job and the depression that comes with not getting what you want. I don't know if like I wanted the next question I would like to ask her is like sometimes we are waiting on stuff, but what if it's not the will of God? We might be waiting on a job or waiting on a visa to go somewhere that might be outside the will of God. And like what happens when what we are waiting for and what happens when we don't get what we are waiting for? Many people, like she said, many people get depressed in that kind of situation, and it's the normal human nature. But then, I think it's very important for us to understand like that sometimes while waiting, we might not get exactly what we want. And we just need to, have a mindset that something better or the will of God will be, because sometimes the will of God might not look like, might not look like what we want for ourselves. God might want you to, start from probably another job that might be lesser than the one you're going for. So it's very important to understand these things while, waiting. As for me, waiting for a child for 4 years after marriage, I had to build a perspective that first of all, I am alive, I am married, I am, married to a beautiful woman. And then like also the mindset of what if it never comes? Because as many people don't like to think that way, but it's possible. Like what if it never comes? Like what you guys going to do if what you're waiting for never comes, like never till you go? What are you gonna do? So I think it's important to enjoy the moment, enjoy your life, eat, drink, look, take stock of what you have, enjoy the people around you, so that the depression does not, make you to lose a lot of the life you would have been enjoying. You lose it while waiting. The Bible says something that is very important. It said, worry about nothing. Yes, I was just saying, I was talking about the mindset to have, while waiting. Like, what if something you're waiting for never comes? Like, what if I was waiting for kids and the kids never came? Like, what's going to happen? God is still God. Life is still moving on. Like, we can't be depressed forever. So, what happens in a situation where what you're waiting for never comes? What if? Just what if? We pray to God, we hope it will come, but what if that lady never gets her Boaz, or that guy never gets his child, or the person never gets the job he's waiting for? God is still going to be God. How do we handle it? Like,
Um, yeah, me with a couple, and something it really got to. She said, sometimes when we're praying, it feels like nothing is happening. It feels like God has abandoned you. It feels like it feels like life is bleak. But in the season where you're waiting, God is working behind the
true.
scenes. And you may not know it, but in real life, from your own realm, nothing is going on. Yet, in the spiritual realm, God is actively working. For example, she said there was a couple who were waiting for 15 years to have a child. When they pray or came for something, the pastor said, "Where are your children?" They now explained that they didn't have children, they've been waiting for 15 years. The pastor said that in the spiritual realm, there are 3 children. There are 3 children at the back, and then he can see a gas accident. So in that accident, the 3 children are going to die, and the parents will survive. That was what, should I say, had been orchestrated in the spiritual realm. So I'm
Okay.
guessing in that time that they came to see the pastor, that was what the fulfillment was for a spiritual man, or I don't know, a man of God, to be able to speak against that coming to life. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So maybe they may have had the children, all of this revelation, but the children would still have died. So what then is the point to all of this? Do you get what kind of, would I say, sweet bitter stories that? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not. Sometimes in reality it's very disappointing, but you don't know what God is doing behind the scenes.
True.
So in as much we're human beings and we crave a lot of things, we want, when we say, God, please, I need you to do this, whatever, you want your yes to be now.
Mm-hmm.
God is always perfect. God's will, God's plan for you is always better than what you can always plan or imagine for yourself, you know. So that blind trust, that's encourage everyone. Just have blind trust in God, that truly your latter will be better than your former. It may not be easy, but it will be worth it in the end. And I also believe that in your waiting season, the things that happen to you is also a way to, is your story. The things that happen to you is part of your story. The things that build you up, you know?
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
True. Someone said,
So that's what
someone
I'm
said,
saying.
the waiting season is truly
Be
not an
encouraged.
easy season,
Wait
but as realized in
something.
the period, you put your faith into practice in anticipation of God's future plan. Some other person say God answers in different ways. God can say yes, and God can say no. But like you just said, like your waiting season is a period that prepares you, you know,
Yeah.
and builds you up, depending on how you approach it. You could approach it in a way that you're taking the lessons during the wait and learning from the season, or like you reacted previously, you were depressed. Some people handled it in the area of depression. So I think it's best to handle it where you're thinking of. Like there's a scripture in the Bible that stuck out to me. God said that he left after delivering the children of Israel from every battle. They fought battles, fought wars, but he still left some battles for their children, so that their children could learn the act of warfare and could learn the act of battle. And another scripture, Daniel prayed to God, and God had answered Daniel's prayer, just like he said, but something held the prayer from, coming to pass. And I think it's very important that most of us that are spiritual, understand warfare. And then, like, in my waiting season, I think it's just important to put first the kingdom. That's what I did, Sha. Put first the kingdom of God and just serve God, and he's going to do his part. And even if he doesn't do it, he's still God. You wanted to say something, sir?
But I was going to say that, it's easier said than done. It's easier said
It
than
is.
done.
It
It's
is.
so easy to say, put God first. But there are times you come back, maybe you and your friend are going through this season. You encourage your friend, speak life to your friend, and then you come back to crawl into your bed, cry. Legit cry. Wake up in the powder your face, and you're moving as though nothing happened. The devil will really play with an idle mind.
Yeah, it's a mind game.
Yes. And another thing that I've learned that really works for me, I take breaks of social media. I take breaks of social media because social media wants to choke somebody.
Hey.
Take breaks of social media because there's unnecessary pressure when you see this person winning, that person winning, this person just got married, this person just won $1 million, this person just built a house. And you're just like, bro, God, what's going on with me? What about me?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a good way, because the next question I was going to ask is how do you, or how, what will you say to people? How should we handle the waiting season? And you just said one is, logging off social media, because comparison is the thief of joy. When you see people's lives and you're comparing, and you don't even know if they are really happy. You get, like, you could see someone's marriage and be
Yeah.
like, wow, this marriage is amazing. You don't know he has 3 baby mamas outside. Whoever is catching that stuff.
Please, I hope I think
it's, it's just a random example. Yeah.
please, I'm a huge fan.
Oh, so yeah, so you never know what people are really going through. Someone could have won $1 million, but might be dealing with cancer. Do you get? Someone might have traveled abroad, but might have like a disease they are dealing with that you don't know about, or like a broken family. And but you don't have $1 million, you have the best family, and you have the best friends, and you have the best people around you. So when you're weighing life, you might have a better life than people you're looking at maybe in the private jet and are deep down depressed in their hearts. So I'd just like to know how do you handle your waiting season, and what else apart from logging out social media, which is a very good coping mechanism? How else do you handle the wait?
Um,
Sorry, what did you say? I didn't get that.
I said talking to friends.
Okay.
You find that your friends are going through this season with you as well. They are going through their own issues as well. So sometimes you can both encourage each other. Energy can bounce off energy. Like, you can feed off each other's energy. By the time this person tells you their story, you laugh. You say your own, you laugh. Everybody will encourage each other in love. That don't worry, it will happen soon. It will be our turn. I have a strong circle. I don't have sisters or any sister in real life, but I have a strong friendship group, and we talk deep. We talk deep about deep stuff, and everybody encourages themselves, and just says that it will be better. There will be a time where we will look back on this in life and thank God. So I think having a strong circle also matters as well.
That's lovely.
Having a strong.
I know your friends, and you guys have an amazing friendship.
Thank you.
It's lovely to have people you can be vulnerable with. There are not many of those kind of friends. Many people are friends on the surface and don't ever have like deep personal conversations. So that's like a beautiful thing to have.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How else?
Another thing I would also say would be talking to, if you have a mentor, or if you have people who have gone through these seasons before. I think when you hear from them, it also encourages you, knowing that they were once in your shoes, but they are not dealing with that anymore. I think that also helps a lot. Yeah. I don't know if I have a mentor per se, but a huge factor in my life, and anyone who's close to me knows this, is my mom.
Wow,
my mom
amazing.
Is a huge, we have great conversations, great friends. So sometimes I'm real with her. I'm very real with her. Like 2 nights ago, I was telling my mom that I think life is so hard. My adult life is so hard. I've had it so hard, so tough. And she just kept, my mom just kept life telling me that they've all walked these shoes, and it gets better. Yeah, so
it does get better. I think one other way I coped was just, like I said, just, understanding. You need to understand the purpose of God for your life. I think purpose is very important, because I feel like when you're achieving purpose, you get to pick those things that you're looking for. Those things you're looking for start to come to you. So even like a lady that is looking for a husband, just first of all, seek the purpose of God for your life while walking along that purpose is the likely place that you will clash with the person that God has kept for you. That's the likely road that God has kept those things.
This topic on marriage.
It's now network decided to be funny. Gotta say that again. Please, if you can hear us, just put a thumbs up. Can you hear her, or is it my network? Is it me or her? It's not you, it's me. If you can hear me, just put a thumbs up or give me a sign. Nkem's network is having difficulties. Are you back? I think you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, say that you're saying something. I lost you. You were saying something and I lost you. What were you trying to say? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was saying another interesting part is that the marriage waiting season.
Yeah. Crazy.
Because I have a lot of friends who were in this situation right now. It's not fun. Every time you're in one wedding, seeing your friend got married on social media, this one just got engaged.
And you're like, genuinely happy for them, but you're like, God, when?
Yes, but you're like, God, when?
Facts. I feel like when everyone, like, if everyone, like, genuinely seeks out their purpose and works that path, that is the likely place. Because, and also another thing I was going to talk about is that, do you feel like people miss seasons? We're talking about the waiting season, and a pastor friend of mine told me that when you miss one season, it is hard before it comes back around. It takes a long time. Like me and my wife will tell our story, but I could tell you I lost my first child, and during the time I lost my first child, I wasn't really in tune with God. So, and I lost that season, and it took 4 years to come back around. Thank God for His mercies. But I feel like many ladies might miss out on the right guy because of what they are looking out for. There might be people coming at a particular season. And someone told me that there's a season where a lot of people will come, and that is likely the season that is the time to, get married. So many ladies miss out on the right guy, and before that season comes, it comes in like full circle before it comes back. So what do you think about people missing seasons, missing opportunities?
How I like to look at it is that God is merciful.
He is.
Like in this thing where you're saying you miss out on a good guy or whatnot, it's possible. But I'm also of the that there's not just one person for you. I believe that many people out there. I believe in God's mercies. I hold on and tap onto God's mercy as if no, I'm clean. When Jacob angel like I said, I won't let you go. That is how I hold on to God's mercy. I'm just like, even if other people are saying it's not working for them, because of God's mercy, God will have mercy on me so much so that even he would have mercy, find me, and just allow me scale through. That's me. That's my thought process. That's what gets me going.
Yeah. I think the mercy of God is such an important factor, in waiting for a season, or if you've missed a season, you just, pray for His mercy. I don't know if I don't know if our viewers have questions. Before I ask her the next question, I would like us, if you have questions, you could drop it in the question box, or you could drop it in the comment, section, and I'm going to, ask her those questions for you, and, we're going to, try and answer them together. But while we are waiting for questions or contributions, suggestions, I'd like to ask you this question. What do you think of having a plan B? A plan B. For instance, I was waiting for a child. I thought about surrogates. I thought about what's it called, IVF. Thought about adoption. You understand? I don't know. There's no plan B in like other things, but like, what do you think? Some people feel if you make a plan B, a plan B, you don't really trust God enough. Doesn't mean you don't trust God enough if you're, you're trusting God for this job, but you also apply for this other one, just in case. What do you think of having plan B?
Human nature. I think we as human beings, you don't want to put all your eggs in one. So you want to like, okay, if all else fails, if this fails, I have this. If that fails, I have this. But I have blind
Say that.
faith in
Sorry,
God.
say that again. Sorry, say that again. What did you say last?
I said, as human beings, it's normal to have plan Bs.
Okay.
You don't want all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
But I also believe that it may be convenient for you to now say you have blind faith in God or total trust in God, even you have other plans.
Man.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I can't explain. But I understand. Say, for example, remember when I told you about the applying for a job?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, here's someone in the organization, someone at the top in the organization, and a large part of me kept saying, I trust God 100%. It's not about anybody. It's about this person. But if I'm being really honest, a part of me was also like, this person will help me. Now this person will pull leg for me.
Yeah.
That's me having a B. And once you have a plan B, your focus, your total dependence is no longer on God. Your dependence.
That hits me hard. That hits me hard. Because I always have a plan B. I always have a backup plan. I don't know why. I feel like it's possible. I don't know, for people listening, just tell us if it's okay to have a plan B and what you think. We have 2 questions that came in, but before I ask you those questions, I feel it's possible. That's my opinion. To have, like, I'm believing God that this is going to work. This is God's plan or something. But just in case, not that I'm just in case it doesn't work.
I think I'm all for having a plan. I'm all for it. I am, but because I think human nature. I think it's our human nature. You're just scared.
Yeah.
And it also applies to people who are very meticulous in planning their lives. Like Samira is out here saying, I definitely disagree. And that's because Samira, she's a planner. She's like the driver of her life.
Yeah.
What's that song that they say? Wheel.
Yeah.
Because
Samira is with the wheel.
Like Samira,
she's the driver. Oh my God.
Agree.
She says she thinks it's okay to have A, B, C.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's okay to have plan A, B, but I rely on God totally to be best for me. You don't rely on God to do something like I don't know how to explain it. It's not. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think. We always pray, God, let your will for my life be done. God, let your will be done.
Yeah.
Let your will be done. Yes, it's our own will that we are bringing to the table. That, God, say I have plan A. I have plan C. You just help me pick. I don't think that's how the right equation is supposed to be. God sees the bigger picture. He understands the bigger picture. So whatever he believes is best for you, I think is always a better option.
So I think maybe if you can be clear on what God really wants, because most times we are not really clear on what God really wants. So that's why we need to have backup plans. But if you're clear, like God said, Abraham, leave your father's house, go to a land I will show you. If I was Abraham, I'll probably like have, backup places, call some friends along the way in case I don't see where God is sending me to. I'll just branch somewhere. But that's cool. I totally get your point. Some people said it's okay to have plan B. Yeah, I think we could agree. We could leave it in the middle. When you know God's will, then you just, surrender to his will. And that's just absolute trust. Someone said, how do you keep yourself encouraged? I think you answered that already, by, talking to your friends and, having mentors and people to talk to. Someone said, is there a time frame for waiting season? I waited for 4 years. You said someone waited for 15 years. I know people that waited for 20 years. Is there a time frame?
No, I don't think there's a time frame. For person A, it may be 2 months. For person B, it may be 10 years. For person B, it's just 2 days. I think it differs. Everybody has their own personal experience.
Everybody has their experience. Someone asked another question. Does everybody go through waiting season? I feel everybody does. Like even right now, Dangote is waiting for his refinery to, kick off. So I think everybody goes through the waiting season. I'm going to sub your favorite artist again. Another person is waiting for his 3 children to come true. Sorry, I'm a Wizkid fan. I have to. I'm Wizkid
right now,
FC. I'm over enjoying the drama. I'm sorry about that. All right, so let me see if there's another question. Yeah. Other times, Dean says other times you feel like God is nudging you in what you should do next, especially when your plan A doesn't come true. You might think that, okay, it's true. God wants me to go the next route. I've totally enjoyed, speaking with you this evening. Totally had the pleasure. It's been amazing. Your audio didn't want me to enjoy you so much, but I loved every bit of what I could hear.
I had network 1, network 2, backup network. Or I don't know what was still going on. I'm really sorry. I hope we can do better.
It's fine. If you watch my last episode of season 1, like my guest had to take over the show because my network was crazy. So I had to go and buy like a special router. I had to get a special router because it was crazy. So I really appreciate you taking time, and everyone that stayed tuned till this time. I appreciate you guys, taking time out of your Friday. You could be in the club, you could be in the church, you could be anywhere, but you're right here with us on Hot Takes. Is there anything you'd like to tell people before we close out? Any last words?
I love you.
I love you
Well,
too.
Last words will be just be encouraged. We all have our waiting seasons, There will be down times, but just remember not to stay down. Always pick yourself up. It's very important to pick yourself up and keep pushing, keep fighting. Life is worth fighting for. That's it. Life is
amazing. Pick yourself up. Life is worth fighting for. It's been beautiful talking to the beautiful and phenomenal Nkem, and I loved every bit of it. Next episode will be me and my wife, sharing our story on the waiting season. Yes. Give you every detail, every single detail. Thank you guys for joining us. Nkem, have a lovely evening. Have good food.
Have a good weekend.
Take care. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night.